Okay, real talk. Have you ever had to help someone who made a really bad choice? Like you warned them. You said, hey, maybe that's not such a good idea. But they didn't listen. They did it anyway. And then everything fell apart. Now they come to you, looking all sad, and say, I messed up. Can you help me? What do you do? Do you say, I told you so? Do you walk away? Or do you roll up your sleeves and jump in? That's exactly what happens in today's story. Remember Lot? He's the guy who chose the greenest, most beautiful land. It looked like the Garden of Eden. But guess what? That land was right next to a city called Sodom, and Sodom was full of wicked, dangerous people. Lot made his choice based only on what his eyes saw: green grass, sparkling water. He didn't think about his neighbors. He didn't ask God. He just grabbed the best for himself. And now that choice is about to cost him everything. This story has war, kidnapping, a midnight rescue, a mysterious priest, and a lesson about loyalty that will stick with you forever. So grab your snack. Get comfortable. Let's dive in. Here's what happens next. There's a war, not a little fight. A real war. 4 kings against 5 kings. The 4 kings come from far away. They are fierce warriors. They conquer land after land. Finally, they march against the 5 kings who live near the Dead Sea, including the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah. The battle is brutal. The 5 kings get crushed. They run for the hills, and the enemy kings sweep through the cities, taking everything. They grab all the food, all the gold, all the silver, all the animals, and all the people, including Lot. Remember Lot? He was living in Sodom. He had chosen that beautiful land, but now he was living right inside the wicked city. And when the enemy army came, they didn't care that he was Abram's nephew. They took him. They took his family. They took everything he owned. Gone. All of it. Now, put yourself in Abram's sandals. You're living in peace. You've got your tents, your animals, your servants. Life is quiet. You're still trusting God after letting Lot choose first. Then a messenger comes running, out of breath, sweat dripping, eyes wide with fear. Abram, your nephew, the kings came. They took Sodom. They took Lot. He's gone. What would you do? Would you say, well, he chose that land. He knew the risks. Not my problem, not Abram. Abram does something crazy, something unexpected, something that shows you what kind of man he really is. The Bible says when Abram heard that his relative had been taken captive, he called out his 318 trained men born in his household. Did you catch that? 318 men, trained, born in his own house. Abram didn't hire mercenaries. He didn't call for backup from another city. He used his own servants, men he had raised, men who were loyal to him, men who knew how to fight. Abram didn't hesitate. He didn't make a pros and cons list. He didn't pray about it for 3 weeks. He got his men, grabbed his weapons, and went, and he didn't just go for a stroll. He chased those enemy kings. They had a huge army. They had just defeated 5 kings. They were confident. But Abram didn't care. The Bible says he chased them all the way to Dan. That's a long, long way. Then he and his men attacked at night. Picture this: darkness, silence. Then suddenly screams, swords clashing, torches everywhere. Abram's men come out of nowhere. The enemy is caught completely off guard. They scatter. They run. Abram keeps chasing. He chases them to Hobah, north of Damascus. That's miles and miles. He doesn't stop until he has rescued everyone and everything. The Bible says he brought back all the goods, all the people, and his nephew Lot, and Lot's family, and all of Lot's stuff, everything, every single thing. Can you imagine the look on Lot's face? He probably thought he was going to die in a foreign country as a slave. Then he sees his Uncle Abram, tired, dirty, sword still in hand, coming to get him. And here's the best part. Abram didn't say, "I told you so." He didn't say, "Next time, listen to me." He just rescued him, because that's what family does. Now, after the battle, something really interesting happens. The king of Sodom comes out to meet Abram. He's super grateful. Abram just saved his whole city. So he makes an offer. "Give me the people," he says, "and you keep all the goods." Think about that. All the treasure, all the gold and silver. Everything the enemy kings took. It was a fortune. Abram could have been the richest man in the whole region. But before Abram answers, another king shows up. His name is Melchizedek. He's the king of Salem, which later becomes Jerusalem. But he's not just a king. He's also a priest of God Most High, and he brings out bread and wine. He blesses Abram and says, "Blessed be Abram by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, and blessed be God Most High, who delivered your enemies into your hand." Now watch what Abram does. He doesn't keep the treasure. He gives Melchizedek 1/10 of everything, a tithe. He honors this priest king. And then he turns to the king of Sodom. "I will accept nothing from you," Abram says, "not even a thread or a shoelace. I don't want you to ever say I made Abram rich. The only one who gets credit for my wealth is God." Abram gave up a fortune. Why? Because he didn't want anyone to think he got rich from a wicked king. He wanted God to get all the glory. Now that's integrity. So what can we learn from this story? Let me give you 4 things. Number 1, loyalty is more important than being right. Lot made a terrible choice. He chose the best land for himself. He moved into a wicked city. He got captured, but Abram didn't abandon him. He risked his life and the lives of his men to rescue him. Number 2, courage isn't about not being scared. It's about doing the right thing even when you are scared. Abram only had 318 men. The enemy kings had huge armies. But Abram didn't let fear stop him. He trusted God and attacked. Number 3, generosity wins again. Abram could have kept all the treasure. He deserved it. He fought for it. But he gave it away because he wanted God to get the glory. Number 4, worship comes after victory. Abram didn't celebrate by partying. He met with Melchizedek, the priest of God. He gave a tithe. He worshipped. And here's the most beautiful part. Melchizedek points to someone greater, someone who is both king and priest, someone who brings bread and wine. His name is Jesus. Jesus is our king. Jesus is our priest. And on the night before he died, he took bread and wine and said, "This is my body, given for you. This is my blood, poured out for you." Melchizedek was like a shadow. Jesus is the real thing. So the next time you see someone who made a bad choice, the next time your friend messes up, the next time your brother or sister needs help, don't say, "I told you so." Don't walk away. Be like Abram. Roll up your sleeves. Jump in. Rescue them. Because that's what Jesus did for you. You made bad choices. You messed up, but he didn't abandon you. He came to rescue you. He died for you. He rose for you. What an amazing story. Wonder explorer. War, rescue, a mysterious priest, and a king who refused treasure. Next time we're going to see God make a formal promise to Abram, a covenant with stars and sand. And Abram will ask the big question, how can I know that you will keep your promise? You do not want to miss it, so here's my ask. If you've made it this far, you're loving these stories. Don't miss the next one. Ask your parents to help you hit that subscribe button right now. Tap the bell too. That way, every new story comes straight to you. Let's keep walking through the Bible together, from Abram's rescue mission all the way to the cross. Here's the verse that sums up this whole story. Abram brought back all the goods, and brought back his relative Lot and his possessions, together with the women and the other people. Genesis chapter 14, verse 16. And here's the good news for us. Greater love has no one than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends. John chapter 15, verse 13. See you next time, Wonder Explorer. And remember, when someone you love makes a bad choice, don't abandon them. Rescue them. Like Abram, like Jesus, the end.